Live from Austin, Texas, with a theme park that's deadlier than Schlitterbahn and Action Park put together. It's Retro Pals with Danny, Alex, and the Sega Dreamcast. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Danny.
Hello, Dreamcast. You think you can say that shit to me on my own show?
Jesus, dude, you can't say...
Okay, fair enough.
Welcome
to the show, everyone. This is going to be a good one.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Tonight we are playing a game called Illbleed for the Sega Dreamcast. A game that is Dreamcast exclusive, will never be ported, ever. Throughout the rest of history, you're never going to see an Illbleed HD. This is permanently a Dreamcast game, and I'm convinced it cannot be upgraded further, because it's already perfect. And you're going to see just how perfect it is tonight.
A Bad Idea resubscribes and says, live from Boston, Massachusetts, it's a bad idea. Welcome.
Yeah. Let's do this.
We're doing this?
We gotta play some freaking Dreamcast.
Do I have to cut the intro early?
Oh, let it play out, I guess, if it thinks it's so important. I was just ready to get to the shit.
Oh, well, we're ready.
Alright, so this week's patron poll, the theme was the good shit. And what people had to vote between were these games. What is that, Casper? Oh, Clock Tower.
Casper!
I didn't think I put Casper on there.
What?
Yeah,
you can't put the dead child in here.
Clock Tower, the PS1 version, is excellent. I hope to play that someday. D, that would be a nice single stream playthrough because that game is limited to 2 hours. You can't go more than 2 hours. It is like built for a Retro Pal stream, but it'll have to wait till next year. Dracula X, get that shit out of here. That game's bullshit. Nobody likes it. What a piece of crap.
Wow, 2 votes.
But what the people want to see is a game made by a developer who's so crazy, they named themselves Crazy Games. Together with a rebranded Jalico named AIA, they released an extremely memorable Sega Dreamcast game. And we're going to play it right now. Ain't no stopping this train. So I considered my options with this game. Some chapters are better than others. People recommended I show off the Killer Man chapter because that's kind of a murder mystery and has a lot of good audience participation. I decided just let the game speak for itself. We're going to play through the first 2 chapters to show you what the first 2 hours of the game is like. And if you like it, go ahead and download it and play it on Halloween. That's my recommendation.
There's also a lot of really good playthroughs of this game on YouTube if you want to check it out that way, which I will be doing, but...
Yep, this was Super Great Friend's first Let's Play, and he really introduced the world to this game. This game is not very friendly or playable. It's very janky in a lot of ways, but it's also very bold and ambitious, and it's really like no other game I've ever played, so let's get started. This intro is actually kind of lengthy, but it's worth it, trust me.
Okay.
For as long as I can remember, my family ran what we called a horror caravan. We hauled this house of horrors around from town to town, trying to give people a new thrill, a new nightmare. I kind of liked traveling, but all that gruesome gore got to me after a while.
Jesus.
Oh, poor
My
Erica.
dad was always conjuring up new devices, tricks, and traps, each one scarier than the last. Guess who he tried them out on? Yep, me. No! I guess it toughened me up a little. I mean, you have to be brave to walk through a den of snakes or try to avoid trapdoors to make it to your room. I was a pretty fearless kid by the time I was 5, thanks to my fearsome father. He fed on others' fears and was never satisfied. My mom couldn't stand how obsessed he'd gotten, so she thankfully divorced him when I was 6.
Thank God.
I'd gotten attached to horror. I remember how that good old Halloween pillow and a hot red water bath soothed me. I think I might major in child psychology.
This is not a very good speech. It's kind of all over the place. But I guess they felt bad for her growing up like that, so...
How'd I do?
That was great! I mean, you're the head of the Horror Research Club and...
President of the Student Council. It's a given.
I love
Win
him.
the speech contest for sure.
Yeah!
I love you, Randy.
I love you, Kevin.
Everybody, you gotta see this!
What, Michelle? Why didn't you listen to Eriko's speech?
I don't need to. I know she'll win. Here, take a look at this.
Those are guest invitations to Illbleed. How'd you get them?
From a Pepco promotion.
Kill!
Petco?
Look, we can win $100 million there.
Yeah, if we can manage to get through the whole park, that is.
No sweat. I'm game if you are.
Sure thing. I'm with ya. Whoa, whoa.
Randy!
You, Eriko?
Randy's high all the time.
Randy owns.
It sounds too good to be true.
Why? You just said in your speech to conquer your fear and surpass the odds. Come on, we can test your theory.
Sounds like we're trying to be superheroes or something.
It's no biggie. It's just a house of horrors.
100% of the time.
Cheesy props and gags.
Smoke weed every day.
Which proves what's so weird about this. How can a funky place like that afford $100 million reward?
Who knows? Maybe they'll make it take so long to get through it, everyone will give up, go home, and the horror honchos will end up with a lot of free publicity.
Horror
Or else the
honchos.
whole thing is a hoax, and they don't have the money at all.
I agree with him.
I'm down with that.
I'm not voting or going.
For real?
Are you positive?
You sure?
Yep, you heard me.
Okay, Your Highness. Then we three humble slaves shall bring back the $100 million, and you'll be sorry.
I can't wait to commune.
It's a rude
with
gesture,
my
Kevin.
friends.
I'd use the money for a chainsaw and hack my way into fame and fear.
What?
Oh, brother.
Randy.
Okay, then. We'll catch you later, Eriko.
Let's go!
Eriko, your friends are twisted.
Eriko, your friends are dipshits. I love them.
That's the name of the game.
I love this.
It's good.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, did you see 3 high school kids around here 3 days ago? They had special invites. What?
At least we know what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the game starts. Not really telling you much of anything besides the backstory.
So I just want to say, first of all, I love the music in this game.
First, real quick, is your audio okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit of buzzing in my headphones, so I'm gonna try and switch.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. Alright, welcome to the virtual horror land, Illbleed. They didn't really bother explaining who Michael Reynolds is, or why you're doing here, why you went here, or what this all is. But basically, Michael Reynolds is a producer and director of essentially video nasties, movies that were banned from theaters and distribution for being so gory and over the top. Years later, he became a billionaire and got his revenge by turning those movies into attractions at his virtual horror land theme park, offering people $100 million if they can survive.
100 million? I thought it was just a million.
It's $100 million.
Jesus.
The back of the box and the manual warns you multiple times that the money is only in-game, you cannot get it for real. So your friends disappeared, and it's up to old Eriko to try and suss things out on her own. This game's amazing. I don't even know where to begin with
So
this.
first of all, I have as a theme park nerd, I have so many fucking questions. So is this an invite-only theme park?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
And it sounds like her friends had to pull some strings to get it to work.
So I'm sorry. I know this is a theme park, but this feels much more like maybe an escape room type situation or things like that. Where's the Dippin' Dots?
This is it. You get the Dippin' Dots in here.
Okay, I see the...
Let's get some Dippin' Dots. So this game has a virtual economy. You do earn money as you play through these stages, and you use them to buy drugs, as well as upgrades and other things like that. If you're a fan of, what was that game? Blue Stinger? Hassie, the energy drink of choice, makes its return in this game. Also got a few other things here. What I would like before level 1 is some stuff that will stop bleeding.
Good.
Because Eriko she's got some good stats, some good qualities to her, but she bleeds like a motherfucker. Just, anytime a monster looks at her the wrong way, she just starts gushing blood. So it helps to have some gauze on hand. Also, right off the bat, this is the kind of game that has detailed shelves filled with fake items, which I love.
Okay, I love Active. I'm assuming that's Activia.
I like Super Diet, Super Guard, 019.
Oh, okay. I see. Electric Booglu's. I was gonna talk about that later, Electric Booglu. But yeah, thank you for linking the Gama Sutra article about. That is
the best English language resource on that guy's work. Unfortunately, very little of it exists, but it's there in that Gama Sutra article. Mm-hmm. I think that was old Brandon Sheffield who did that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And over here, next to the door, we got Errol.
Is that like A. Cole's erotic magazine?
Yeah, sure.
Good. You know what? I'm glad they're branching out.
There's an actual item in the game because it raises your heart rate. There's some items that lower it and some that raise it for various reasons I'll get into.
So she just likes to look at titty, I guess?
Yeah.
All right.
Every character does. It works the same for everyone.
John Anderson wrote that article. Okay.
Oh, John Anderson. That's right. Yeah, he posts a lot of good tidbits on his Twitter as well. Well, all we can do now, aside from spend the little money we brought in, luckily Eriko brought in $3,000 of her own savings.
What? Eriko?
To spend on overpriced gauze. This game takes place across, I think, 6 different areas based on each of Michael Reynolds' films.
Jimmy, my son.
We're going to start with the Home Run of Death. The first Reynolds film to be banned. And the first stage in Illbleed. You unlock level 2 after this, and then I think after beating level 2, you get kind of a free approach to tackle the next few. But with any luck, we'll finish the first 2 tonight.
Cool. Okay, so I take it back. This does seem more theme park-esque with all its different lands and things. Okay.
Yeah. It totally meets theme park standards.
You play a sport, a game, knowing full well that you're going to either win or lose. You never expect to die before your dreams come true. Neither did Jimmy, or his father, Gail Banballo, a Minnesota innkeeper. He set up a secret baseball practice arena in the basement of his inn, where he and his son practiced day after day.
Oh,
Jimmy's
that's sweet.
hard work and batting skills finally led his team to a state victory. It started out a crisp spring day, but before Jimmy could go outside to play, he and his dad went downstairs to bat the ball around a few times. Upstairs, some teenagers had been playing with fire, turning the inn into a raging blaze that was soon out of control. The inn was a total loss, and so was Jimmy, burned in minutes.
It's kind of an insensitive way to put it.
Was so badly maimed, he turned into a hideous monster, oozing and bleeding, snarling and growling like a beast, enraged and bent on revenge. He tracked down the kids responsible for the fire and killed them one by one.
Jesus!
With a blowtorch.
Ouch!
That wasn't enough for Banballo. He won't leave his inn or his memories, so there he waits, in ambush.
I like the logos it gives to each of the movies, too. And it puts each participant in a playable role in this horror movie come to life. You gotta calm the anger of Banballo after losing his son Jimmy to those asshole teenagers.
Memories of Jimmy is the key to the mission, huh?
Remember Jimmy. Do
I
not
will.
forget Jimmy.
Okay.
Now your max payout is $50,000, but you can get penalized based on whether you're bleeding too much, you have too much of a heart rate, and if you take too much time. The timer keeps going even if you pause the game, so say if you have to pick up a package off the porch, you might end up losing a few $1,000s in-game.
Oh no!
You have a bunch of playable characters eventually, but you start off with Eriko Christie. Her special power is, whereas the other characters get knocked down if they encounter enemies, she stands right back up because she's not scared of anything. Because, you know, her dad ran a horror caravan turned theme park.
So wait, is her dad Michael Reynolds?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I go, there we go, okay.
Got a bunch of cameras.
Okay, so I'm thinking, you know, this is a theme park with a bunch of IPs kind of pasted on. So this is like Bob Iger's Death Park, I assume.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
If Bob Iger lost his mind and wanted to kill every person who visited Disneyland.
This is... Yikes! Jesus!
And that's where the game introduces you to its primary gameplay mechanic, by just throwing you into the deep end. Yep, guillotine to the face. This place is full of hidden traps that you have to identify and dodge, or just counteract in some way. And to do that, you need to go over here, where all your senses start freaking out. You look at this tree, and there's a horror monitor.
Oh. This is the Banksy theme park, says Tab, thank you. Can I make an extremely insufferable joke for like 2 people?
Whoa! Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I heard Paul Pressler's reign at Disneyland led to a lot of decay in the park, but this is ridiculous. Alright, thank you.
That's one for all you theme park heads.
One person like that, probably.
So essentially, you very carefully proceed through these areas, trying to look for places where the game might try and trap you. Might try and guillotine you, throw some knives at you maybe. You get a sense for that looking at your senses at the top of the screen. Like right now, her sight is going off, so odds are it's something within the vicinity. I'm gonna say it's probably this big creepy looking painting. So let's go ahead and mark that with the horror monitor.
Like, there's something scary.
And if you go up to it and it activates, instead of getting spooked,
Cool.
you get a nice little bonus.
Oh, hey, nice.
The thing that lets you mark and disarm traps is called adrenaline. You can run out of it. You get more of it by correctly identifying traps and among other things. Oh, her smell went off for a second. Oh no, it's Hassie!
Oh no, it's Poison Hassie!
But her sixth sense is also going off. And what her sixth sense tells her is over here. There's probably something to eat around here somewhere.
Let's see. Chat says, feeling gassy, Hassie is gassy, and just assy. Did you just get a...
Yeah, free salad.
Okay, whatever.
So the great thing about this game, I'll go over quickly,
Oh, please.
is your senses, the first 3 determine enemies and frights that you can encounter. The sixth sense also determines frights, but occasionally it can also be food. So, like, you have a sixth sense for food being nearby. So she's me, basically.
So let's see. I saw it mentioned earlier in chat. So is this game kind of just about, like, calling out obvious jump scares and things like that?
Yeah, it's not always obvious, though. And in fact, these jump scares randomize themselves every time you play.
Oh.
So it's kind of a roguelike in that regard. Alright, I got some hearing going on here. Is there like a telephone? There it is. I bet you this telephone will go off.
Be like, ooh, it's a ghost phone.
Cool.
Yeah, not scaring me.
You just got ghosted. Oh.
Alright, sight is increasing, but so is sixth sense. A lot of the game involves you having to guess whether there's a delicious food item or some horrible creature who wants to claw you to death. And often the two get confused.
Okay, so multiple people have mentioned it, but yes, there is a Illbleed-esque attraction that exists. It is real, it is in America, don't go to it.
Supposedly. The way people describes it, it's not a haunted house, it's just like they torture you for a day. And like, I don't know. It sounds like an urban legend to me.
There's a YouTube channel for it, and they talk about it being real. So
Who even knows?
they have videos since like 2009. So.
And as in the style of Resident Evil and other survival horror games back then, you get the backstory with things like this.
Youngsters, join us! I want the chateau to be a utopia for teenagers. No one ever says that. No one wants a utopia for teenagers except teenagers.
This Bandbellow guy sounds pretty cool. An excellent leisure facility. And it's an excellent leisure facility. It's a little bit redundant, that Bandbellow, but he seems alright. But really what I like is just combining the in-game fiction of a horror movie and then having to deal with the realities of some maniac trying to turn it into an amusement park thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Jimmy, no!
They were setting off fireworks upstairs. Bandbellow was right.
So we're gonna... So Bandbellow was pro-teen, and now he's anti-teen.
Yeah. I'd be anti-teen, too. Alright, I think we found everything we're gonna find here. There's a lot to keep track of. The green meter at the bottom is your HP. Mm-hmm. The beating heart is your pulse. And though it doesn't show up now because I'm not bleeding anymore, there's also a red meter that shows your bleeding. Those 3 meters each interplay with each other and can cause each other to increase or decrease. Like, in some cases, it's good to be bleeding because that causes your pulse to lower, but if it gets too low, you die. Alright, our sight's going off here. So, it might be something like... maybe this? Oh no! I was wrong! And that's
How did that make you bleed?
And that's the fun part of the game, because often you try and filter out what's going to scare you, and you get spooked because it's not ever what you expect. Yeah, unfortunately, if you mark something wrong, you don't get the adrenaline back. So, this gameplay, can you think of a single game that's like this?
No, this is so different.
This is incredibly original, especially considering it was released in 2000. Like, no one tried this kind of thing ever, as far as I know. A lot of survival horror games, or at least the AAA ones, tended to stick to the Resident Evil formula. Mm-hmm. Ooh, I smell something.
Something smells like shit.
I bet it's this door.
Cool.
That and I just love her cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a lot of folks in chat just love that cool.
Unfortunately, this isn't 100% of the gameplay. They do try other gameplay mechanics which aren't as successful. But I'll go into those as we get to them. Alright, which one of these do you think it is? The left one or the right one?
Left?
Alright, let's see.
Please.
Hey!
I was right, cool. I was gonna ask you not to waterboard me if I got it wrong. Sorry, they're still talking about that evil mansion. But this is a better evil mansion.
I know, it's so alluring to think that that's real, but I don't buy it.
A lot of people think there's a lot of chat about
I don't fucking buy it. Oh shit.
Dude's been sued before.
Okay, so there's combat in this game, unfortunately. What happens is usually you beat up the enemies, and if you can kill them, you get extra adrenaline. What you really gotta do is stand on this pad and mash the B button, and that lets you escape by helicopter.
What?
It doesn't make any sense at all. But I guess, I don't know, what's the logical way to escape from a fight? Like running away, getting to a different area? That wouldn't really gel with the rest of the gameplay, so they had to invent this fake-ass helicopter.
I love this. I love how absurd this game is.
It is absurd. I think that's what I like most about it. The sheer absurdity. You get a steak dinner by looking at a doorstep, and then a look at Eriko's ass.
Danny!
I didn't do that.
Okay, at least look at the steak. This is like Pirates of the Caribbean where you're like, oh, the pirates are chasing the sexy ladies. You're like, no, they're holding food. They're chasing the sexy food.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We're cleaning things up around here.
Okay.
Alright, so I lost a few hit points in that last area, so let's eat a delicious salad. Ah, we're back in business. And we got a steak and a bunch of gauze.
Gonna wrap up that steak.
Uh-oh. My smell and my sixth sense is going off. It looks like that's two different things. So in one of these lockers is probably a delicious steak, and in another is terror.
How are you supposed to... There's so many lockers! How can you tell?
I've never been able to figure it out, so we're just gonna dive in.
Okay.
Oh no, they stink.
Well, you got gassed, so, rip Danny.
It also made me bleed a little for some reason. Oh, also, when you bleed enough, when you run, you start to bleed more. So you gotta walk, and eventually the bleeding will wear off. Really in-depth meter management system that takes place across multiple bodily functions.
Cool blood sinks. I heard they're adding those to Universal Studios.
They're real popular.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like a bad blood sink.
They're Minion themed too. You like...
Uh-oh.
You turn on the sink, the Minion starts screaming, it's all bloody. It's really awful. It's one of the worst things I've seen in my life. I don't know why they did that.
I bet you it's this one.
Cool.
Yeah, good. Now here's the downside of this game. If you go around and you're good at it, you won't actually see many of the scares, which are definitely the best part of the game. So if you play badly, you're gonna have a much better time. What does that say? Do not leave Ultra minions, please.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Leave the Ultra Minion.
Oh, do not leave water running, please.
Okay.
Oh, shit!
You bleed so much!
Yeah, that's Eriko's problem. She bleeds a lot.
But she seems fine, like...
Also like the randomness of it. Like, sometimes you can come around the corner and that fire alarm will go off and give you a start and make your heart race. But not all the time. I really think with roguelikes being as popular as they are, they could easily rip this off and make a really cool game. Oh, shit. He's air guitaring. He air guitared too hard.
Oh, that's...
This is a good game to play on Halloween's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
All Hallows Eve. Oh, I smell something.
Chat mentions that steak dinner was originally called Granny's Meal in the Japanese
Granny's
version.
Meal. That's good.
Salad was also ramen.
Man, this game got localized. For a 2000 era Dreamcast game, it's kind of amazing this got released here at all. Alright, good. It's real easy to run low on adrenaline, so I don't want to do that just yet. But generally, I like what they're trying here. A slow-paced game where you really have to examine your environment and think about the ways in which the game might trick you, but it won't necessarily. Okay, I think we're good. We enter the courtyard of doom. I guess. Over here, I think, is a weapon? Yeah, it's Jimmy's bat.
Do you think he should have that? Like, don't you think, like, the demons will get mad?
Jimmy, it's time for practice. Get out to the training field now. Hey, get out, Jimmy.
Alright, name a cutscene made in the last 10 years that's as cool as that cutscene.
That is the greatest shit I've ever seen!
Yeah. Oh, Sixth Sense went off somewhere around here. Is this tree hiding a salad? Unfortunately, there's a lot of pixel hunting in this game. A lot of the key items don't reveal themselves except through your senses meter. So basically, to deal with this game, you have to put up with a lot of jank. A lot of 2000s era jank. But if you live through it, you may be in a place to appreciate Illbleed.
I would never... I am too shit at games to play this, but I absolutely love watching this in action.
It's a real difficult game, too, which is kind of unfortunate. It really hurts its accessibility. If you go into this blind, you won't know what the fuck you're doing.
And like we mentioned earlier, if you really wanna, if you wanna get the experience of playing this game, but you can't play games for shit like Alex, I highly recommend Super Great Friends LP.
Oh yeah. God damn it! Set me on fire.
Well, now you're on fire.
I was just looking for a delicious steak dinner, and I got set on fire. Sometimes it be like that. Ah, fuck it, I'm going on. Yeah, this gameplay is hard to grasp, but ultimately rewarding, but also kind of frustrating, because you know that a steak dinner is just out of your reach sometimes.
You just need that steak. Granny's precious steak.
This game has save points, thankfully. Not nearly enough of them. Not nearly enough.
I do like that the save points are like souvenir photo booths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keeping it within the game's world. I gotta appreciate that.
Hi, having a fun time getting murdered. A baseball bat yelled at me, and I keep finding steaks.
Check it out, I'm bleeding all over the place. Delicious nitroglycerin. That keeps your heart in check. From all that steak dinner. I don't know, 168 is not great, but I think we can hold off on the nitro for a little bit. It's all about balance and inventory management. Not so much combat, which I kind of appreciate, but they still try and do combat anyway. That's kind of what links this and Deadly Premonition. They're both games that would be way better conceptually if they got rid of all combat, or at least majorly overhauled it. This has been Danny's Gamer Corner, where he reflects his opinions.
Danny's 60-second gamer soapbox.
Oh. My steak sense is going off. Oh no, it's a fight! Okay, now that we have a bat, we might be able to actually fight this guy. No, don't jump!
She was just trying to... She's just...
Zombie kicked me!
Bleeds so much in this game.
You can also dodge at the expense of some heart rate problems. Your heart rate increases every time you dodge, but you are invincible when you do it. Is that it? No?
He's drop kicking you there.
I don't like this.
Surely it's dead now.
I love you, Eriko.
Erica's so good.
She takes everything in stride. Cool. Alright, our old ticker is starting to not look so good, so let's go ahead and down that nitroglycerin. Don't chew it, it may explode. There we go, we're
Okay.
good. We'll drink a Hassie while we're here.
Hey, you're bleeding on the floor.
It's fine. It'll go away.
Okay, fair enough.
Bleeding won't go away if it's past that little tick mark on the meter there.
Oh, okay, okay.
But as long as you walk slowly, it'll eventually staunch itself. I got a confession. I'd never actually played this game until last night when I practiced it. And I'm real fucking glad I practiced it because this game's impossible to play blind.
Yeah, Danny was practicing for hours last night, and...
I died on this level like 10 times, no shit.
Shout out to Danny.
But despite that, I think this game is amazing, and everyone should play it. Alright, bleeding's gone.
Good.
You can go here. Or... Oh no, wait, I went backwards! That's the thing that often happens when you get into battles. You start to lose your direction. It's also one of the lengthier missions in the game. This will take us about an hour to clear. Luckily, the second mission is much shorter. No, give me my steak dinner. I can sense it.
Eriko needs her steak.
Aha!
The hell's that?
Something from Silent Hill.
Okay, cool, cool.
I don't actually know what an ampoule is, or even if that's a real thing.
Yeah, I hope we see more Randy too. And again, if we don't see it, just go to your local library or YouTube.
Randy comes back in an amazing way later in the game. Unfortunately, we won't see him in time, but we will see some of our other friends.
So did you just get a Pure Mood CD?
Yeah, that calms your heart rate. Okay, our adrenaline's actually looking good, so let's go ahead and call for the rescue.
Oh my god, these guys suck.
This is basically what most of the combat scenes are going to look like if you're playing this game right.
Wow.
It's really unfortunate. There.
Sheesh.
I do like that you can mash it. That gives you at least some kind of degree of control over the situation, but it's not ideal.
Okay, real quick, thank you so very much to Hachiko Syndrome for the 17-month resub. Do appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And Michael Reynolds thanks you too. Oh, one other cool thing about this game is the money you accumulate all gets donated to the Michael Reynolds Foundation if you die.
I assume, what's the mission of the Michael Reynolds Foundation?
It never says.
I assume their mission is to get Michael Reynolds paid after his movies became banned in every country or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Did I get turned around again? I sure did.
Thank you to Dog IRL for the 11th month resub. Do appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
We will use that money for the RetroPal Foundation. For the betterment and improvement of RetroPals worldwide, specifically in Austin, Texas.
Yeah. It starts with just us, but we'll expand. Don't worry. Yeah, unfortunately, this is Dreamcast era, so the texture variety ain't great, and sometimes a lot of the game boils down to these identical-looking hallways.
Cool. You can do drugs now.
I can sense it. There's a needle around here somewhere.
Honestly, she would be great at beach cleanup. I just want to say.
Oh, yeah. You don't even need a metal detector.
Why opens the map, by the way? Thank you, Deep.
Oh, it sure does. That is pretty nice. Yeah, these menus are pretty slow otherwise. I'm gonna use the fuck out of that. Uh-oh. Alright, well, we got to a... This kitchen looks to be in order. We got a sight and a smell going off. Sight looks like it's pretty close. Yeah, I'm gonna bet it's this thing over here. No, it doesn't zoom in. Maybe it's this? No!
It's
the blood flood. And it made me bleed too.
How?
Oh, chicken from hell!
Jesus, you're bleeding alive.
Yeah. Oh,
But you got a steak dinner.
we got a steak dinner out of it at least. That's all you can ask for. There's a real tenseness to this game, isn't there? In how it encourages you to go slow, and then it just suddenly freaks you out. The steak dinners. Got a salad too.
Would you eat, I mean, I'd eat a floor steak dinner. That's absolutely. But would you eat a floor salad?
Yeah, it's kind of harder to tell if salad is safe to eat. With a steak, it's like, oh, if it's cooked, I'll eat it. Oh no, I was wrong again.
You sure you sure get gassed a lot.
Yeah. Ooh, that health is not looking good. Luckily, we got a few steaks crammed into our purse.
Do you think they're just spilling meat juice everywhere or something?
There's blood, there's meat juice, there's all kinds of juices going everywhere.
I just wonder, is this one of those, like, you know, they have, like, I think, who is it? Actually, I think those parks are getting closed down and turned into Sesame Street parks, but, I know for a while SeaWorld had a limited attendance park, like a theme park where very few people were allowed in, like, not very few, but, like, a few hundred were allowed in per day, and I'm wondering, like, is this the same kind of thing? Or are there times when there was, like, this place is absolutely at capacity, and it's asses to elbows, like, people just be like, ugh, steak dinners everywhere!
I should have marked above me than below, instead of below. I like your idea of an all-steak amusement park, though.
I think it's a good idea. I think this place should have, like, at least 10,000 visitors a day, and it should be really crowded, and it's hard to find the steak dinners because all the single adults who love this theme park have already eaten them. And they're going to flip them on eBay. Rare authentic Illbleed steak dinner?
It's like that McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Star Wars Coke cans they make you throw away before you go on an airplane. What's that? In Disney World, the Star Wars place?
Where?
They sell these special grenades that have Coke in them.
Yes, well, first of all, they're not real grenades. They just look like grenades.
The TSA don't care.
Well,
they'll make you trash that shit.
No, that is Star Wars Land. They also sell, like, weird fake meat, and it's just turkey jerky, and, like... I know they sell a drink that, like, makes your mouth go numb.
Oh! I need to look up more. Oh, man!
Jesus Christ, Danny!
Erico's having a bad day. Go. There. Good.
Uzi, they don't sell death sticks at they used to sell death sticks. They used to sell the original death sticks at Disneyland, but they don't even let you smoke at the park anymore. You
That's
have to
bullshit.
smoke outside. You can't vape at the park either, so.
That's extra bullshit.
I don't know. I'm just imagining someone just
blowing a big vape cloud into Mickey's face.
Yes! Okay, no way! They need to bring back vaping! That rules!
Some poor mascot suitor.
Some poor
getting vaped on every day.
Some poor 5'2" lady having to play the role of Mickey just smelling like that horrible, like, peach and vanilla vape juice.
That's Mickey's natural scent.
Scarlet Swordfish, they actually do sell alcohol at all the Disney. With the opening of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, they sell alcohol at every single theme park. Maybe not, I don't know about Hong Kong and Shanghai, though. But I know they do sell it at Disneyland and all the Disney World parks.
Well, it turns out a bunch of people got killed at the Banbalo place. They got burned for some reason. And the hotel owner's missing. Oh, and his diary said something about hating the people who caused the fire. The police are clueless.
They probably died normally.
Oh, God. It's fine.
You got knifed.
She took that like a champ. She didn't even flinch. Now, sometimes you really need to look at these areas because there's key items you need later on. The certificate I picked up off the wall is one of those. I'm also looking for a trophy at some point, I think. I gotta say, if you're sensitive to things that have heartbeats in the background, you will not like this game.
Yeah, apologies to everyone who doesn't like that, and also people who are squeamish. It's pretty bad.
I'd also recommend you avoid the pinball machine Gorgar, because that also has a heartbeat. Neat effect, though. Alright, no stakes around here, and I'm done bleeding for the time being. Oh, I just wanted a beer.
You got bottled. You got glassed really bad.
I did.
And I see Chet talking about Busch Gardens. Yeah, Busch Gardens were originally named after, it was originally a brewery that they added a bird attraction to, and that kind of took off. I know that the Anheuser-Busch parks, I'm pretty sure they're not owned by Anheuser-Busch anymore. I think they sold them to Blackstone, the same people who owned SeaWorld for a while, because Anheuser-Busch also owned SeaWorld, which was weird because you would go see cool whales and then...
What about dolphins and windblown trees? We're going to listen to that.
Sounds good. I want to hear that.
Man, I'm feeling pretty mellow right now. In this horror park. Which probably breaks all kinds of laws.
Well, another theme park fun fact from me, you can, it is illegal to... Oh, hold on.
It's Fall Down Bear. Uh-oh.
I love Fall Down Bear.
There's multiple episodes of Fall Down Bear you can see throughout the game.
I completely forgot what my fun fact is. This is way better. All I can think about is Fall Down Bear.
This looks like it's gonna spook me. Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
I actually set that one off last night. The graffiti comes off the wall and stabs you. One of many games that makes graffiti into a physical object, a la Katamari Damacy. Except more bloody in this one. Oh, I think there's a stake in this toilet.
Thinking about Fall Down Bear again.
He's good.
Don't know if I'm going to think of anything other than Fall Down Bear.
I relate. The people who made this game, they were twisted, for sure. But they had some good ideas. Oh, there's something in here. Something that's making my mouth water. Ooh, a caution bomb. What the hell even is that? I'm so glad we saw at least one Fall Down Bear cartoon. That's entirely random. Sometimes you see something else on the TV. Oh, that is nice. So right now we're in the Banbello Hotel, the living quarters, where he trapped the teenagers and killed them.
Maybe he shouldn't have done that. Then again, they did light fireworks indoors and...
Yeah.
Don't.
If you do that, I'd say you deserve to be murdered.
That's a little harsh, but I get it.
If there's any fireworks-related murders that happen in town, I was out of town when that shit happened. Uh-oh. Is this the TV again? No, it's not. I sense something.
Is that the mirror?
Give it to me. Could be the mirror. Oh, God. That was why the Sixth Sense was going off. I don't know, can I kill this guy? He doesn't look too tough. Sure bleeds a lot. Is this a bleed off?
I was gonna say, it's not called, like, I won't bleed. It's called I'll bleed.
Yeah. Oh, he was a chump. Oh shit, you get a lot of adrenaline from the fights. Maybe I should be fighting more. Nah.
Yeah, exactly. It's wheel bleed. Or maybe well bleed.
Yeah, when you stream this game, it becomes plural. Wheel bleed. Welcome to Wheel Bleed, sequel to Wheel of Fortune. I love this icon.
That's so is it literally an item to remind you to take a deep breath?
Yeah.
So it's the equivalent of like a mindfulness flyer you get from your job?
This looks like trouble. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a spot over there. Hey! Ah, fuck it. You still get to see a good portion of the game if you mark all the things correctly, but some of the more extreme animations are hidden unless you actually trip the traps yourself. Like that one, oh! That's not so scary.
Yeah.
This is so relatable. My Sixth Sense just goes crazy when I see an energy drink around.
Oh, that's so good. Just the Bleeding Ground Cola. Sorry, Bleeding Ground energy drinks. Is that one of those like Bang energy drinks? Have you had those?
No.
Everyone's talking about them. I haven't had any.
Hotel business on track. Intensive batting exercise with Jimmy. What can go wrong? I'm gonna make him swing the bat 1,000 times.
Jesus.
Chin did not go up today. Good job, Jimmy. Gotta prepare you for the Minnesota Kids League. I guess this takes place in Minnesota. Now we know. Aw, Dad was waking up at 4.
Jesus.
Jimmy's great. Jimmy's awesome.
Jimmy is a perfect boy.
He was gonna grow up to be the next Frank Thomas.
Ah, that's Jimmy. He was chosen MVP in the boys' league.
Everyone, barbecue on me! Who do you think the home run king is this year? It's Jimmy. You've done well, Jimmy.
Let's go, Jimmy!
We need to look for a trophy then.
I think getting that trophy is gonna freak everyone out.
Probably.
Are you in the lobby?
Oh shit. Ah. Fall down, bear. You betrayed me. Yeah, if your heart rate gets too high, you temporarily faint. I guess I should take some medicine. Or I could make myself bleed more to take down my heart rate. That's kind of risky, though.
You should take a drug. You have a lot of those.
Okay. Let's take that deep breath. Oh, that didn't help at all. I guess we should staunch the bleeding, too. Just no more spooks, alright? No more scares. I don't want to see nothing.
Everyone be normal. If you're a ghost, don't just jump out of the shadows. Just, walk straight forward, put your ghostly hand out and say hello. How are you doing? Just have some manners. That's the problem with these Gen Zers, these millennials. They don't know how to properly, greet people.
What happened to civility in Horrorland? That's all I'm asking.
Back in my day, the ghosts would never haunt you. They would just come out and just be like, I disagree with you, but I respect your right to exist in this house with me.
Pretty weird painting. Ah, good. This is a thing you can use to upgrade your body. She's not looking... Oh, yeah, she's almost dead. Let's eat a steak dinner.
Yeah.
It's hard to balance all these different meters. There you go. Sorry, Eriko. Alright, heart rate not doing too good, but everything else is fine. There's a real tenseness to this game, and then you check on something and, whoa, hey, free energy drink. Alright, what's up with Mr. Banbello? Uh-oh. Curse the hateful youngsters holding that bat. Bastards! Why do you have to be killed by such imbeciles? I'll kill all lurking around. I'll do it for you, Jimmy. See, now that's a good dad. A dad who will kill. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's two of them?
Fuck this. Yeah, my adrenaline's looking good, so no need to fight these imbeciles.
Stop kicking Eriko. She is a nice theme park goer who doesn't deserve this.
She bought the season pass, even. You think she's want to come back after this? No.
She's going to leave a very nasty review on Yelp about this place. She'll say, I'd give this place 0 stars if I could.
The YouTube review will just be scathing.
Oof.
You don't want to piss off Eriko. Now, like the bleeding, your heart rate eventually goes down on its own. So, nobody scare me.
Yeah, everyone's screaming. Oh, everyone. Smells is screaming, Danny, your heart!
It's fine.
Calm it down. Have some calming tea or something.
I'll just eat some gauze. Why does the camera look right at Eriko's butt after you get an item? Well, I know that. 2000s era games.
Oh, God.
All about the butts.
Your heart rate is slowly going down.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, think calming thoughts. Take some deep breaths.
Hey, there you go. Thanks, Alex. That was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Hey.
Down to a healthy 148 a minute. Wow, burn on that newspaper.
This is why journalism is dying.
What's this big pile of gore?
I think you know what it is.
It's nothing special. Don't worry about it.
There's a big pile of gore.
shove your face right in the TV.
I'm thinking about it, and there aren't any actual just straight up horror themed theme parks. Like for horror stuff, most theme parks.
Yeah, it's always like seasonal, right?
Yeah,
like hell houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Knott's Berry Farm, who's like one of the scariest ones. They had a thing like a haunted house where you they'd hand you like fake urine to drink and things like that. it was like I don't think they had any like.
What's scary about that?
Well, because you were like in a morgue, and then they're just like you're in a freaky room, and they're just like drink this piss till you'll die, and it was just like heated salt water with like yellow food coloring.
That's pretty unusual.
Yeah, Not Scary Farm, not Scary.
Oh yeah,
Farm
it's called
wild.
Not Scary Farm.
I've never. You want to know what kind of man I am? I've never done Not Scary Farm because it always seemed.
Ooh, that hurt.
It always seemed too scary for me. And guess what? I'm right. I know my limits, and I don't want to pay money to go somewhere where people will just run up to you and scream, "No, thank you." I'm sorry. No. That is the thing I want least out of my life.
Some people, they're just horror freaks. They're all into it.
Like, I get it, though. Like, Universal Horror Nights seems cool. They have I know they have... That's the one that's actually reminding me of this. They have a lot of haunted houses that are themed to, like, properties. I know there was an Us one this year, and...
Oh, that sounds cool.
That actually would work really well.
Do they have evil Tim Heidecker in it?
I don't know, but I hope they do.
They
God,
better.
he was funny in that movie.
Alright, we're actually approaching the end of this chapter. And I found a porno mag. So now I can raise my heart rate anytime I want. Mirror shards. Oh, I wish Fall Down Bear were here to save us. What I don't like about this scene is often the Sixth Sense goes off in the direction of the bathroom, and the bathrooms are never good news. Oh,
That's just gross,
that's
man.
disgusting. And it made me bleed. Can at least give me a steak dinner? Some gauze, that's fine.
I guess, I'm mentioning theme park experiences that are like this, and aside from, Universal, I guess you can include, if you're talking about theme parks that will make you bleed and possibly die, the closed action park is another one of those. That's not fair. They reopened it under a couple of different names, and I think it might be open now under the original Action Park name, but yeah, if you haven't heard of Action Park, there's a really good Defunct Land episode about it. It was a theme park in, what was that, New Jersey?
I think so, yeah, New Jersey would let that happen.
Mm-hmm, where basically it was a kind of niche, it's like a, hey, here's some sports stuff, here's some whatever, here's some bumper boats, and management didn't care, and management also designed a couple of rides, even though they had no experience with it, including a water slide that was a loop-de-loop, and don't do that, by the way.
That doesn't sound safe at all.
I'm gonna say it, water slides are so much more dangerous than roller coasters, like, seriously. Also, never, ever, 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 ever design your own water slide. That's what happened at, that non-Texas Schlitterbahn park.
There's a freaking goblin after me. An old school goblin. Something for the old folks in attendance. Like, oh, I used to get scared by goblins. Kids these days, they gotta have blood and gore.
Back in my day, all you needed was a goblin going, bleh!
Yeah, just a good old spooky goblin. Whatever happened to that?
Alright, oops, mentioning that's actually Dummy Man.
Oh, that was Dummy Man, that's right. We haven't actually seen a Dummy Man till then. There's a lot of good enemies in this game. There's the woodcutters and the wood puppets. Those are great too.
Excuse me!
I got a new fake brain. You can use that to upgrade your brain later on to give you more adrenaline.
Can I get one of those in real life?
Oh, I wish. I would upgrade the shit out of my brain. I'd be the biggest brain lord you ever saw.
Clap a ladder, thank you! Water slides, I am anti-water slide. I just want to say that. I'm sorry. There's no control. You're going down a slide. There's no restraints. Maybe you'll survive. Maybe you'll flip over. Just fuck water slides.
Yeah, no standards. None whatsoever. I'm trying to find what's setting off my Sixth Sense here. Nothing? Am I just starting to smell steaks everywhere?
Multiple people telling you to upgrade to a galaxy brain.
That's how it works. There's actually an emergency room here in the park, and you can use your cash to upgrade your body, as well as resuscitate yourself. Things like that. Michael Reynolds, he had this whole thing planned out. I don't know about this.
Honestly, I'm excited for Michael Reynolds to take over Epcot. Want to go on fucking Spaceship Earth and just and then see Fall Down Bear fall on my face and die.
I got an ER discount ticket, aka Obamacare.
Congrats on your insurance.
Freaking dummy, man, get away from me. Now you'd hope that the other characters are better than Eriko, but not really. All the characters are pretty weak. They have their own things. Oh yeah, I had a map button.
Okay, actually, I'm curious about this too. Crush Gals asked if there's a reason this game has never been iterated on. I was going to ask you, Danny, have there been any games that have even remotely been inspired by this?
I don't think so. Yeah, certainly not directly by the original creator, because unfortunately the director and scenario writer has since died.
Oh, rip.
He only made a couple games. I think he was also involved in Blue Stinger. But yeah, this thing is ripe to take things from for your indie horror game. Like, if you want to make a game without combat, just rip off the 5 senses mechanic. Force people to explore the environments. I'd say it's actually a good way to get people to more carefully explore these carefully crafted environments. Which I would think would be a good thing nowadays, considering it takes $1 billion to make a game.
Yeah, and you're just blazing through those places. Video Game King mentions Chew on the Grudge is a kind of...
It kinda did.
Yeah.
Of all the games, yeah. That's one of them that kinda did it. I was up for vote a couple weeks ago. Whew. Well, that was a big, long, extended sequence. If you die at any point during that, you gotta go back to the last save point. But we got a discount ER ticket, and look what's over here.
Is that the ER?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's nice. This...
The thing is, the ER ticket is only active in the stage you find it in.
Oh. Wait, so does every land, every attraction have an ER?
At least the ones I've seen, yeah.
Okay. See, that separates Disneyland. Disneyland only has one, or Disney parks only have one, first aid office per park, so, you know.
I can't afford this stuff.
This is too real!
It's a little bit too real.
Oh, man! Oh, that's so sad!
Look, I can recover my stamina for $1,000. With the discount, I can get it for $648. Or I can I'll just eat a steak.
Oh my god.
And I bet the upgrades are all too expensive too.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's really funny that you...
Not enough money.
that it's cheaper to buy steak than it is to get healthcare.
Just like in real life.
Oh my god. That's real.
So
That's
next time
real.
you're too sick to go to the hospital and don't have enough money, just buy a couple steaks.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Texas Steakhouse. We'll set you up. Luckily, at least early on, the game is pretty generous with items, so you don't have to worry about being completely screwed. Right now, I think I'm just gonna...
Should you upgrade your brain?
I'd like to, but I don't got the money.
Oh, okay.
Ah. We found the famous basement. My boy Jimmy. Only Jimmy Studium. It's a common misspelling in Japanese, apparently. Star of Giants Jimmy. Jimmy Love. Home Run Jimmy.
I don't think this guy took Jimmy's death well, but also I think that, I'm just going to say it, that I think this goes beyond a supportive parent to a parent really projecting a lot of things onto their child. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this dude got problems. Luckily, we have the solution. Jimmy, baseball hero, victory, Jimmy boy. Heavy cowabunga?
Heavy cow...
I don't know. He wasn't thinking straight.
He was having some issues.
It's hard to justify the ravings of a madman.
Hey, this kid doesn't suck. He's all right at the baseball.
He's the MVP. All right, everything is in place.
First base, Jimmy!
Jimmy!
Here we go.
Oh shit! There he
your
is.
dad?
That's Jimmy's dad.
Oh, my best request best. Jimmy's butt. I love his butt.
He's actually saying words that you can barely make out. I didn't hear it that time, but I think that's kind of neat.
Okay, so I gotta say, Dad needs to put his intestines back in.
Yeah, Dad, he cares more about his flamethrower than anything at this point.
I get it. It's a coping mechanism. He's dealt with some trauma, but you gotta care for yourself, man. You got your intestines. You know, you're dripping guts all over the place.
You're just dripping all over the place. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the part that sucks. So this guy's gonna be pursuing you through what is just a maze, and every time you run into him, you have to run because you can't damage him just yet. Well, good thing I entered this area with no bleeding. This can be kind of a problem in areas where you need to run and you're just bleeding all over.
So I'm gonna say it. So you know how Universal is working with Nintendo to make some new rides and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. Do you think you can get them to work with the good folks at Crazy Games to do an Illbleed themed land? Because
make it happen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who runs Universal. Jimmy Universal. Hear me out.
Yeah, talk to Jimmy Universal. He'll get things straightened out.
Or Bob Iger, if you want to compete with the Horror Nights, why don't you just make Illbleed? You can take over, you know, Pandora, the world of Avatar, and turn it into Illbleed, the world of cool game Illbleed.
World of cool game Illbleed.
Yeah.
Did you see that cool juke I did?
Yeah, that was cool.
It was amazing.
He was just like, he didn't even see it.
Oh, something's in here. That's not Jimmy.
That leg's about to fall off.
This game's pretty genuinely gruesome in certain parts.
And yeah, I think like Google mentioned earlier, but yeah, Crazy Games was previously known as Climax Graphics. They did change their name. I don't know if it was specifically for this game, but yeah.
It was for this game, yeah. They were known as Crazy Games for just this game, and then they went under. Oh, Speed Ladder, that is a great item. That makes it so you have to mash less when you escape from combat. Alright, where are we going here? We're going this ways. I'd say this game is at its worst when it has to reuse really identical looking level environments and textures. That unfortunately happens a bit. It was just around that time, like post-PlayStation, but still a couple years into Dreamcast. Developers doing what they could. I think this game looks pretty good.
It works. It works for the setting. It's simple enough, but you know you can tell that it's a terrifying whatever.
Ah shit! You got me.
Man,
I'm on fire.
Could you not set Eriko on fire?
Please, dude.
She's a normal woman who doesn't deserve this. Yeah, this was released in 2001, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of the last US Dreamcast games.
I love when you just run around him.
Yeah, hella juked. Oh, good. Okay, we're right at the end of the level right now. So yeah, some missions, they feel like their own fleshed out game. I would say this is one of those. Other levels are more filler. That is level 2 to a T. Man, given how much time I spent on this, I don't even know if we'll get all the way through level 2, but we'll do our best. Because y'all haven't even seen the boss fights yet. And holy shit.
Kevin?
A gas leak has been detected. Warning, impending explosion likely with a rise of room temperature.
Alright, Jimmy's dad. His life bar no longer lists itself as infinite, so you can just kick his ass.
I like that you're just beating this grieving father to death. Like, I know that he's trying to kill you. Yes.
Gotta do it.
But, you gotta... This is an unhealthy coping mechanism.
It
setting
is.
teens on fire.
It's just not right.
Yeah. Like, you need to maybe take a Sharpie, write the word therapy on the baseball bat, and help him out.
That's all that needs to happen.
Uh-huh.
Just write the word therapy on the damn bat.
And then charge him $100 for each little head bonk.
Yeah. That's what helps to have him fire and then run right into the fire. I think that's the trick.
Baby, you're bleeding.
Oh, I'm bleeding. I told you I'll bleed. Jesus Christ, this isn't going well at all. Luckily, I saved my game.
Yeah, that is a good point. We are beating him with his dead son's bat.
He probably doesn't like that.
You should...
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. Well, you can at least get to see what happens when you die. Dead. And for our trouble, we got a cool $750.
That's not even gonna pay for the...
Which goes directly to the Michael Reynolds Relief Funds Foundation. Thank you for your cooperation.
I gotta say, I want to meet... I want to see Reynolds.
Like a real-life version?
Yeah, no. I want to see his films. I want to see the Reynolds films. Like, what are they actually like? What kind of, what editing techniques did he lean on? Is this more of a Roger Corman-esque super fast thing, or is it some like...
He made a really horrible Fantastic Four in the 70s.
Like, I want to see his, like... Is this like some Italian horror where it's just like constant bleeding, or is it like... Is this like Driller Killer? Like what are we going for here?
He's probably more Driller Killer. I could see that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going in with full health this time.
I guess you can say his films have a thoughtful air to them.
Alright, dude.
Snubble says that Michael Reynolds is more of a Russ Meyer type guy.
Oh yeah, totally.
So it's all just like, it's terrifying, but the zombies have big old front-loaded anvils. I'm sorry.
Thanks, George Wood.
I am the worst. I am.
If you don't get Illbleed, you are stupid.
Ban me, please.
There's a new Twitter account called Out of Context Gaming in the Clinton Years.
It's great.
And boy, George Wood out of context is a real treasure. Things like, if you don't enjoy this 3-hour movie, I hope you die painfully over 3 hours.
I want to know what movie that was.
It had to be Titanic, right?
I'm like, Titanic.
What other 3-hour movies did they make back then?
Okay, Electric Boogaloo mentions that Crazy Games did make another game. They made an arcade shooter of the Maze of Kings, so this wasn't their final game.
Oh, that was them? I thought it was Sega.
Yeah.
The Einstein's arcade here in town used to have Maze of Kings.
Man.
That was a bizarre light gun game where you had these weird scepters instead of guns.
I remember that!
Yeah.
I was co-developed with Hitmaker. Okay.
I don't think he likes it.
Well, it's a taste of his own, medicine, I guess,
Let's go check on Kevin.
Kevin! Kevin, are you alright?
What the... Erico!
Oh, this is the worst place to be right now. Let's get out of here.
Woohoo, yeah! You're our savior.
Party!
I'll help you any way I can, you hear me?
I like his wallet chain.
Mm-hmm. Very period appropriate.
Crazy.
Rescued. Kevin Kurtzman.
I'm so happy for Kevin.
Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here. Because if it's anything like my last playthrough, there'll be a thing. Yeah, you get an Amazon.
Oh, that's, you're right. That is one of those, Coke grenades they sell at, Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm. And what this is it's a full restore of everything. Which is quite nice, because we're gonna head into a horrible boss fight. At least from what I've seen so far in this game, the boss fights are the worst part. Should probably save, too. Yeah, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this game. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm saying it's worth experiencing, but it has a whole lot of rough edges. Like, a whole lot.
Okay, I saw mention that Sega currently owns the rights to Illbleed, so...
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, and, you know, Disney's worked with Sega before, and, you know, that's a direct competitor of Nintendo for at one point, so I'm just saying, Disney, make my horrifying Illbleed park where you die. They already are doing that Star Wars hotel experience where you can experience
Where you die.
Well...
I assume that's not what you were going to say.
I can't compete with that joke. That's too fucking good.
So this room we've seen before, but it's not bloody anymore. Maybe Dad's learned his lesson. Maybe it's time to heal. Oh. He big.
Listen, all I want is for Disney to buy every single IP that has ever existed, sit on them forever, and then make the world's worst theme park. Just absolute horseshit park. The world is ending. No one has any access to culture anymore, unless you want to go to Illbleed Park. By the way, all the parks are Illbleed themed now.
I got bad news. This is where the game turns into a platformer.
Oh no.
And it is really unfortunate. This is also where the dodge comes in handy.
What if theme parks were the only place you could experience movies in the future?
Hell, maybe that'll be the case.
Now that's truly terrifying.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Yeah, the dodge in this game is really powerful. Unfortunately, this boss fight is kind of a slog. Because to do the platforming right, you have to make these really precise jumps. And that ain't happening. It's just not. So what you gotta do is just take the hits, or rather dodge them, and just do the best you can. And hope you don't bleed to death before anything happens. Leave me alone, Jimmy's dad. I wasn't playing with fireworks.
I love the idea that in the future the only way you can see Citizen Kane is on the Citizen Kane 4D experience. And
it's been delisted from all services. You gotta experience it that way.
Oh, and it's the way it's meant
first
to
try.
be seen.
Alright.
This is Manbalo Control Room. Can you hear me? This is Control Operator Jackson. I repeat, this is Control Operator Jackson in the control room. Our oil pressure is normal here. Average electric current is 52,000 volts. Generating capacity of 2,700,000 watts.
10-4, main control room here. Checking database now. Hold on a second. The pressure on the leg is a bit too high.
I bet it's the right leg. Last time I checked, it was a bit rusty.
That's alright. It's still within control parameters. And what are you planning to do for dinner tonight? I'm starving.
I think I'll have fish or something. At this point, meat doesn't sound too appetizing.
Yeah, we got enough meat laying around over here to feed an army of rats.
Help!
Stop right there. This area is restricted to authorized personnel only.
Please, I can't fight that horrid beast myself.
I know. Isn't that cool? We spent $5 million to build this enormous thing we call band bottle. It's super alloy skeletons controlled with advanced hydraulics with custom bearings and joints. You're looking at 2 meters of thick titanium for every bone. All computer controlled by me. How'd you like that big sucker, eh?
So you have this subplot where you have to deal with the employees. Which is kind of amazing.
This game kicks ass.
Well, I mean, do you really have a choice here?
No, they're not paid enough for you to do this.
They're trying to kill me.
I mean, you know, they like...
Gotta do it.
I think we can pay like $7 an hour for this. Oh, Jesus! Wait.
It's okay, he was a robot too.
Oh, that's what Disney's gonna do about the Union. Oh, no.
Replace them with blood-filled robots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we solve that problem. Did you have any idea this story was going to resolve like that?
No, it's been so long since I've seen the Super Great Friend LP that I've kind of forgotten this entire story.
I like that there's that extra layer where like they go into how the theme park is actually run. That's pretty brilliant and not something I would ever expect. This is such a good game. Not to play, but in concept.
It is great to watch.
And this is right at the end of the chapter, so I'm going to go ahead and use all my items for maximum bonus. Where'd all my steak dinners go?
You ate them, didn't you?
I ate like 5 steak dinners over the course of this stage.
You got the Illbleed dining pass. You get 3 free steak dinners a day.
Sweet.
And all the blood you can drink. Thank you to the 100 bits from, thank you Teppa Snake for the 100 bits. Teppa Snake says, congratulations, you have defeated the machine for now.
Thank you.
Good.
I just love that once you start to make sense of where this game is going, they just throw you a giant curveball like that. Like, yep, you're gonna have to worry about the park's infrastructure, as well as whatever horrors they've invented for you. And from here, it's just a short platforming jaunt to the exit. Glad I was able to do that on the first try. It took me like 6 or 7 tries. I had to look up a walkthrough just to see if I was doing it right.
Hey, this platforming looks like it sucks. I'm sorry.
It's real bad. I will not mince words. This is just straight up bad. This is not a platformer. So don't go asking when it's going to show up on Mascot Friday.
Yeah, we have played Poltergeist before.
Oh, that game was pretty neat. That's another horror game that takes things off in a different direction. I like those creative games. Those kinds of one-offs where they had a great idea, it didn't quite go so well, but it still manages to be memorable. Now, the first time I did this, I took this path, which is a dead end if you haven't fought the park employee yet. And the giant is still chasing after you. Hey, we made it!
Oh my god, you made it!
We survived. Ah, fuck it.
Then why are you making your heart rate go up?
I just wanted to look at some titties.
I mean, listen, we all do, but...
Plus all your items get taken away after you beat a level.
Oh, boo, boo, boo! That just say cool? Go back. No, that say cool.
It said, cool.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You didn't die.
Game's good. Game's real good. And after taxes, it comes out to $42,050. Not too bad.
You know what? I think I'd probably just take that money and leave. I'd be like, all right, sounds good.
Can't do it. You gotta do all 6. They trap you in here.
Man.
With this doofy music. Boop, 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 boop.
All I'm saying is, this hub world needs differentiating tracks, IMHO. To build a better soundscape for the park. There's too much sound bleeding. Well, from thing. What? Dead? What? Explain.
This is where you revive your teammates if they die. And we're gonna get some upgrades.
Are you gonna upgrade to a galaxy brain? Upgrade.
Yeah.
Upgrade.
Actually, no, because the next stage is, well, you'll see.
Okay.
We're gonna go with slowed bleeding on Kevin. You know what? Do it twice.
Well, now Kevin can't bleed. That's a lot of money! Wow!
Actually, let's just do 1.
Okay.
I do want to show off Kevin in the next stage.
Oh, they actually show you getting operated on?
Yeah.
Oh, they're robots. I was like, do they have like a medical team on staff? But no, they're robots. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, next stage, I know in advance that you need to get gauze beforehand, because they don't give you anything to staunch the bleeding, and stuff makes you bleed all over the place in level 2.
Yeah, in the future, not only will the only place you can experience movies be at theme parks, but it's the only place you can get surgery, you can get, it's treatment.
It's very convenient.
Antibiotics.
Well, not convenient to compared to before the fall, but you know.
You know, better than usual. You don't have to fight each other. Now you can just have Mickey come over and patch you up.
Give me that full staunch. Give me like freaking 5 of them. I ain't messing around. Give me one of them porno mags. Give me some, let me relax my pulse. Now, normally you wouldn't want to spend too much money on these items, but for the sake of this stream, it'll just go easier at the next level if I do this. We'll save at Dummy Man's and try and blaze through level 2 with an upgraded Kevin. Other things, you can actually choose not to save your friends. Back in level 1, if you don't talk to Kevin, he's lost forever.
Holy
and you
shit.
get different endings depending on who you save and who you don't.
That's grim.
It kind of is, yeah. You can just choose to be the only survivor. Oh man, this is a race against time. Let's see if we can beat level 2 in like half an hour.
A lot of chat. Uzi says there's something illicit about taking a bunch of downers and looking at porno mags. And,
No, it's fine.
And you know, you mentioned Disney University was an actual real thing. Michael Eisner made a university for adults that was like a vacation for nerds. You would go and you would take some classes about animation and things like that. It'd be like 2-3 day classes and
A nerd vacation.
yeah, it existed for like 3-4 years. I think I don't know, maybe longer.
An RV campsite has been turned into a morbid morgue, covered in blood, and the remains of...
I don't know who this narrator is. He does sound a little familiar, doesn't he?
It's hard to believe that such a brutal massacre could have happened in this day and age, especially at such a secure location. It only took the rescue crew 20 minutes to respond to the emergency call. But by the time they arrived, it was too late. There were no survivors, and consequently no witnesses, so the mystery remained.
It might be the Postal 2 guy.
What could have done this? It seems too massive and malicious for a single human to have done it, or several for that matter.
Okay, so the plot is just there's a murder camp.
And it's Camp David. Oh no!
And no one's talking about it.
Oh,
It
shit.
happened 4 days ago, and the place has been dead quiet ever since.
Like the political ramifications alone.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so there's a worm queen at
Camp David. Mhm.
Okay. This... Okay, we got advice from Whoop. You can avoid most of the worms if you serpentine.
Okay, will do. I played some of this level last night, but I wasn't able to beat it. Luckily, the clear time they give you is half an hour, which is exactly how much time we have left in this stream. Okay. So let's do it. We're gonna be Kevin Kirstman. Cursed Kevin.
Let's go!
He's so eager. Yeah, I fully expect Jimmy Carter to come out and be like, "Help! Help the worms!
Giant worms! Help! I'm Jimmy Carter!"
Like, I thought the giant rabbits were bad, but this is ridiculous.
Oh, Kevin fell in a hole. Nah, he's fine. Here's a funny thing about this level. You find the horror monitor right away, right? Just like level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Except they steal it right out of your inventory screen.
Hey, my horror monitor! What's the matter with you? Give it back!
And you don't get it for the rest of the level. So right after one level of drilling into your head just how important the horror monitor is, they subvert it. They're just like, nope, fuck everything you know. You're screwed now. This is such a great game.
I liked that was a killer monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that.
Oh no, there's been a drop in worm prices. Well, we discovered that worms were a protein-rich alternative to meat.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, the market crashed. It's similar to the tulip bubble in Holland.
Oh.
David Rodriguez became the king of worms. And now he's saying he's just speechless. It's extremely hard to keep worms. I no longer can afford to feed Rachel. Tell me if you have a better idea other than committing suicide. Prices are expected to decline further. Now, this newsletter has a shitty-ass editor, because any editor worth their salt would be like, maybe don't include that last line. Maybe that's not necessary. Also, maybe that guy should talk to someone. I'm all out of ideas. Alright, somewhere in here we also have to find an item locator, because otherwise we're really screwed. I wonder if it shows you on the map just yet. No, not yet.
Yeah, folks in chat are marking on how tight Kevin's pants are.
Well, yeah, kinda, yeah. You can kind of see his butt cheeks. Oh, jeez, I forgot where the item locator is. Anyone happen to know?
It's on a body.
Okay, let's look for a body.
That's what Fun Loop says.
Yeah, you sort of need to beat that. Need that to beat this level.
Well, everyone's staring at poor Kevin's ass, so I guess that's revenge for all the camera angles on Erico here.
A little something for everyone. Those of you who like your Ericos, those of you who like your Kevins. I'm not seeing... or is it here? Okay, good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This item is kind of a kludge put in by the developers because without the horror monitor, you don't really know where anything is. So now, all the stuff we need is marked on the map. And it looks like we got everything in this first area, so let's go. Let's save Camp David.
From the worm crisis, you know, I keep hearing about, like, how we're gonna be eating, like, not worms, but cockroaches in the future. Okay, hold on.
This is one of my favorite cutscenes. He has the horror monitor. He likes Kevin too.
Excuse me?
I guess for the monsters, the horror monitor acts like X-ray vision. Whatever. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's probably fine. Don't worry about it.
It's normal. Just normal worm noises. Don't think about it.
So yeah, this level plays completely different from level 1 because you don't have the horror monitor, and that kind of makes things very different. This is Monkey Park, first of all. That's why we fight those horny monkeys.
Wait.
Drink Cassie. It's good for you.
good for something. So is the monkey...
Mummy popcorn. Delicious.
So is the monkey park attached to Camp David?
Yeah. They all eat onion soup there. Scorpion onion soup.
Hey.
This game has excellent billboards. Like, it's just unmatched.
I have a lot of questions.
And I don't know the answers.
So, first of all, I guess there's not a monkey park at the real Camp David because...
That seems kind of dangerous.
Well, yeah, but also, you know, just to make the joke ahead of just to get it over with, you can kick my ass for this, but you know, the real monkeys, the real shit flingers are the politicians at the Camp David.
You spit on me when you said that.
I am so sorry.
This is a 4D experience right now.
Okay, I just want to...
politicians.
I saw someone talk about 4D stuff earlier. I just want to say, I want a 4D Citizen Kane. I want to sit there and I want to feel like wind on my face to represent like fucking Kane's ennui at his shitty wife's performance. Like, I want that shit.
I want different smells. Actually, there's some places that do smell-o-vision in theaters. And apparently the only smell they have is a slight floral scent.
They don't have fart scents?
No.
That's useless. They have fart scents at all the park rides. Theme parks, better than cinema. You heard me.
Mm-hmm. Listen to Martin Scorsese.
I can think of five theme park... No, that's not true. I can think of at least 2 theme park rides where you smell farts.
That's the Alex promise.
Jesus Christ. I just realized what I said.
That's why we have you on the show.
I'm so sorry, folks. Yeah, in the sled scene, you could feel like cold wind on you in Citizen Kane.
It would smell like a sled.
Mm-hmm. It would smell like desperation.
So I think it's kind of bold for a game to just throw all of its rules out the window first thing that happens in level 2, and essentially turn it into a totally different game. Now, Kevin, unfortunately, is not like Eriko, so when he sees a fright, he falls over. And you need an item to make him not suck in that regard. That item is later on in this level. Luckily, he doesn't bleed nearly as much as Eriko does.
Okay, Blab, if you want to know which rides have fart smells...
Yeah, do it.
Shrek 4D has
of
a
course,
fart.
Naturally.
Of course. It's Tough to Be a Bug, has stink bugs, and you can smell... It's very fart-esque. And I'm pretty sure that the old Honey, I Shrunk the Audience 4D thing also had a fart smell that was very insufferable.
They fart on you, then they eat you?
Oh! And in the Journey into Your Imagination with Figment ride at Epcot, they do Figment farts on you.
Oh, good.
That
really makes me want to ride that ride.
If we ever have enough money to go to Epcot, I'm totally making you go on the farting dragon ride. And you're gonna... It has Eric Idle's face as a horrifying moon, too. It's great.
Okay. That works for me.
It smells like farts.
Wow, what's the downside?
I'm sorry I know so much about fart smells on rides. I know I'm missing a bunch. I don't think there's a fart smell on the Jimmy Fallon ride, but I'm pretty sure there's probably... I assume
does
there's one...
hashtag the panda not fart on you? Because I'd expect that. Christ, the Jimmy Fallon ride. I've actually seen footage of that.
It looks boring.
It does.
It looks like you have to be a fan of Jimmy Fallon to know what's going on, because it's a bunch of his characters being like, hey, I'm on the ride, and here's the routes.
Apparently the ride's only popular because it's air-conditioned and inside, and it's good if all the other rides are populated.
It also has USB charging stations.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Alright, this is the diary of the King of Worms. He'll buy a large house for us. Keep raising worms and sell, sell, sell. A rep from Toronto, an outdoor facility supplier in Canada, offered to buy my land today. He wants to build a trendy camping site. I told him to shove it. He's not getting this farm for any price. I'll never give up my worm farm. 2 days later, the worms are no longer worth money anymore. It's running out of room, and I'm running out of money to feed the worms. So he had no choice but to sign with Toronto. At least the terms he negotiated were good for Rachel and him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this sounds like a good deal.
Okay.
Yeah, who says corporate takeovers are evil 100% of the time? Maybe they'll let you be part of the company.
Yeah, sometimes it's really good. So.
Yeah. You can buy all the mummy popcorn you want. What the hell is mummy popcorn?
I assume I thought that maybe mummy was like, oh, it's like you're like a mom, but in England or whatever. But now I'm like, is it literal mummies? Because they had scorpion onion soup, so maybe... Because, back in the day, in the Victorian era, people would have not just mummy unwrapping parties, but they would sell, like, mummy bandages and mummy parts as, like, healing items.
Mummy unwrapping parties?
Yeah, no, they did. They had mummy...
Is that what we did before gender reveal parties?
I was going to say, that's what we did before, like, unboxing videos. They would just, like... No, they would buy a mummy, and they'd all unwrap it.
Aw, he really loves Rachel.
Aw.
But Duranto cheated him. Instead, he works at the 24-hour store as a live-in employee. The farm was cemented immediately. The wild monkeys died. How could this have happened? Oh, they make him run the 24-hour store 24 hours a day.
Jesus Christ!
Dear Diary, I think I am dying. I can hardly breathe. I am dying.
So he's dying from overwork.
Yep, that's what happens when you work at a 24-hour convenience store. Stupid corporations. I thought we could trust them.
Again, another cinema theater. I love that there's a lot of cinema theaters in this game.
Those are the best theaters.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only save point in this level, and that is bullshit. Let me just say that right now. I got all the way to the end of this level and died, and I decided, you know what, fuck it. I can probably do it on stream. We'll do it live.
Danny, I love this game.
I do too. Warts and all. Really, the rough edges just make it even more charming. Maybe I'm just as sick and twisted as Crazy Games for thinking that, but it's true.
No, I don't have any other theme park fart factoids, but...
Oh, you really don't want to get into fights with this guy.
Oh no, a worm!
Erico is the real hero, because she doesn't fall on her ass every time she gets spooked. I don't even know if mashing helps. Alright, worm. Get over here. The fight scenes are so weird. You just gotta look for the imaginary helicopter. Alright, there's some items over here, but I think we're actually pretty well stocked.
Cool.
So let's move on. Oh, his heart's not looking too good.
Don't look at porno. No.
Oh, he's got 2 nitros. He's fine.
Okay.
He's freaking fine. Wait, didn't I buy gauze? No, I bought coagulant. Okay. That's even better. No, we're ready. In the... over there... Well, actually, I don't know if there's any story items we need, so let's go ahead and do it anyways. There's an Amazon over in this portion of the map. That's that full recovery. I guess this part is made to make you feel powerless, like just as you thought you could fight against the evils of Illbleed, suddenly all that is taken away from you. Good. That's what he needed. That is.
What was that?
It's an anti-shock brace that lets you stand up after you get knocked down. It's the, you know that Chumbawamba song?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it's like that.
The one about the socialist movement from the 1400s, or the one about drinking?
Both of those.
Okay. I get knocked down, then I take over land and turn it to agriculture because I am against the privatization of the commons.
It's a really complex song, Chumbawamba. You should have heard their scathing remix of the Beatles' Her Majesty. Turns out Her Majesty is not a pretty nice girl.
I don't know how Her Majesty goes. I can think of it. It's Her Majesty, and she fucking blows. I don't like her at all. I don't like them. And I don't like Tories, and I don't like Margaret Thatcher.
It's literally just tub thumping.
Listen, I've heard I've heard a lot of Tremolova's discography, and it's good. But all I can remember is tub thumping.
It's catchy. Alright, I'm actually backtracking a little bit so I can save, so we don't repeat that. Seriously, Crazy Games, would one more save point in this level have killed you? Just one more?
Well, it's supposed to, by not having as many save points, they're building tension. It's an artistic technique.
Just put in ink ribbons while you're at it. There, I'm getting off my soapbox now.
Okay, thank you.
Over a 20-year-old game. Alright, so Kevin's looking pretty good. He has got a nice-ass inventory. And a nice ass.
I was gonna... Damn me, language!
Yeah, the cheeks individually animate, don't they? I mean, I wasn't looking at that, but apparently some people were.
Now you are.
Oh yeah, back brace plus quick ladder equals tolerable combat. Kevin's heart is about to explode, but it's fine. It's fine.
He's normal. Should you do something for that, or...?
He's a teenager. He's all about risky behavior. Uh-oh.
Oh, these monkeys are gonna fuck you up.
Oh,
You gotta
thanks.
run.
Wow, they just carved the shit out of poor Kevin. Yeah, 228's a little high. If it gets too high, you can instantly die from shock death, so that probably shouldn't happen.
Well, what do you have for... Oh, yeah, you have nitro.
Don't
There
chew
you
it.
go.
Is that true of real nitro pills?
I don't know. Like... Man... Oh, man. I know that there's, like, nitro spray, nitro patches. I don't know if you can chew them. That's a good question.
Anyone on nitro?
Is there a doctor in the house?
Anyone want to prescribe me some nitro? I feel explosive.
Please don't just take nitro.
I wanted to be like the American Gladiator Nitro.
Danny, your heart.
Okay, we are actually in the final area of this place, but there's still a little bit we gotta do, so we need to investigate the area for now.
David, you piece of crap. You always made fun of us Straunt employees. Rachel. That Rachel. She was always your favorite.
Not a Rachel fan. Alright, we got some movie posters here. Clash Heat. Died! 35 stuntmans. Clash, 4,528 cars. $250 million waste.
Okay, that's really funny.
It's a good tagline. Here we have House of the Lightning. Nobody returns. Not quite as catchy.
I like that.
Save some time. Let's go over here. Oh, go on.
Who points out that it's they call it Duranto in the game, but in the notes, but it's called Durant in the voiceover. So I guess is that like short for Duranto? Like, you know, oh, I'm going to Durant, man.
Oh, he did say Durant, didn't he? That's weird. It's one of those cases where the localization wasn't finalized.
Think yours right for the 50 bits. Rip Stuntmans. Yeah, rip.
That's a lot of stuntmans to die. It's not even a Triple X sequel.
Danny!
I'm sorry, that was actually in poor taste. They released the movie like that.
Man, not another Durant worker. I can't even stand looking at you. Get out of here. Don't ever come back. You hear me?
Don't wake up, Mom. Voice act more quietly.
Oh, I saw that you had some steak dinners.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Wait, I was looking for that. It's my dear Rachel's nursing bottle. Oh, how I miss those days. I'd nurse her with this bottle and she'd look up at me. Oh, I guess you're not from the Draught Corporation. Please, come inside. I have something to tell you.
He does sound like Paul Bearer.
Oh.
And also the whatever happened to the Transylvania twist.
Perfect fucking delivery.
So how can you tell a game is good? It simulates multiple grocery stores, that's how. Look at all these fudge brownies. And choco chip cookies. So I guess old David Rodriguez, the Worm King, runs a convenience store where he sells hearts and nitro.
Gotta sell something.
That's it's just a dish, I think. And over here you find a terrifying secret.
Is it worms? Oh no.
I'm sorry I yelled at you. Ever since the Draunt Corporation cheated me, I've had a hard time trusting anyone. I apologize. By the way, I want to ask you a favor. You seem decent and trustworthy. It's about my beloved Rachel. I wrote the details in my will. It's all right here. Please, read it, will ya? Please?
Impeccable VA here. Love this.
So good. It's perfect.
Okay, and we've had at least 3 people mention that dude looks like the meme guy.
He does. That one guy. Well, I'm gonna hang myself from the water tower tonight. I'll be around the first block of hell if you need me. I got good memories of the worm business. Rachel, without me, what's gonna happen to her? So I would like to ask you a favor. Kill Rachel. So I can be together with Rachel. Now you have to do it like this. Burn her with a flamethrower. It'll sound cruel, but you'll see.
Okay, he's got a secret flamethrower for reading. Jesus. So he wants you to burn his daughter to death, but I'm feeling weird about his daughter. I'm getting some.
Oh, why so?
Well, you can't see her face in the photo, and he's also holding her kind of funky, and I don't know. But maybe I'm presuming too much. Maybe.
Yeah, but
Rachel,
Hassie.
Maybe Rachel is a normal woman.
Yeah, maybe we'll just find a baby out in the field.
I would rather not find a baby in the field. That sounds horrifying.
And kill it with a flamethrower.
No, I don't want to kill a baby with a flamethrower. I would rather never do that, personally. But, I guess to each their own.
Michael Reynolds is a twisted man.
Some people kill babies with flamethrowers to cope. I couldn't even get that out. Sorry. Okay, time to Jonathan Swift a baby.
Alright, it wasn't just me. It did look like a dominatrix in that ad for Hassie. They'll do anything to sell Hassie.
Okay.
Mutant worms. It came from the underground. Coming to you! Seems pretty on the nose. Massacre in nature.
Tony Hopper.
I love that face up there.
Man.
I'm here. Alone. Nominated for the National Award 12 section. Over here we've got Goblin Moon. The Cannibal Fantasy. That's just the Magic Kingdom over there.
Again, Disney, you can buy more properties. Why not? You're already a terrifying monster.
There's a new enemy, the Sexy Cops, who are also dead.
Oh,
it's cool. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Rip to the miniskirt police.
Eyes wide open. That's a lot of eyes.
Yikes.
And here we have Godla. Size is problem.
Okay, that's good. Danny, I love this game.
It's so packed with unnecessary detail, you can't help but love it. The people who made this clearly loved it. It was their horrible, misshapen baby, and they loved every second of it. Have yourself a steak dinner while you're at it.
That's nice.
Dummy man. Dummy man. Knock down, dummy man. Ugh.
Dummy Man.
Dummy Man. Okay.
Dummy Man 2, The Overdrive. It is time to be dummy. Again.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's really good. It is time to be dummy again. That's what I say every time I log on to Twitter.
Coming soon, Attack of the Monster Bee.
Okay.
I'd see all these movies. I don't know why they got banned. Dave's memo.
I kind of know why Godla got banned. Little infringing there.
Yeah, size was problem. Well, that tells us where to find the thing we're looking for. Dummy Man! Dummy Man! Dummy Man 3?
Okay, what's the slogan?
The Returner.
That's good. Alright.
Another Dave's Diary. I bought a worm from a vendor so I could raise worms for sale. That worm was you, Rachel.
Oh.
You're more special than the other worms I know. It's the name I wanted to give my daughter. Now, have lots of babies. Make me some money. Something terrible happened to Rachel today. I was playing with her under the tree as usual, and she slipped and fell into a gas tank. Picked her up right away, but she was soaked in gas. Strangely, she started sucking the gas off her body. How bizarre. It seems Rachel grew too fast since the gasoline accident. Now all I can do is feed her as much gasoline as she desires. That's how worms work. She outgrew me in 10 days. She's 10 times higher than any other worm. Her babies are of high quality and they sell well. Bring on more worms, Rachel.
Rachel?
Please burn Rachel, please.
That giant worm is Rachel?
We gotta kill Rachel. I know you didn't see this coming. You were
this
just telling me how it was gonna be a big surprise if Rachel wasn't human.
This is such a good fucking game. I love this, unironically, unequivocally.
This game is bonkers in all the best ways. And the worst ways in regards to gameplay.
Yeah.
Found the flamethrower. Let's beat this level for the first time. Now, just like last level, this ends in a horrible platforming sequence, and it's a thing you have to do to yourself. Because what you do is you use the wrenches on these billboards.
Okay.
And that makes a platform for you.
Oh.
You didn't see this, but there was a big entrance early on where if you wander into it, you fight Rachel early, and you don't want to do that. She shows up every time you step on the earth, the non-asphalt. So
Dirt.
what you're doing is you're making platforms so you don't have to step on the dirt.
Ah.
Not this one.
That makes sense. Dirt would be a worm's home turf, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't fight a dirt. Don't fight a worm on dirt, and don't fight dirt either. Retro pals, don't fight dirt.
Listen, I like dirt too. It's great, but
Dirt don't hurt. Jennifer Aniston must die. Not a Rachel fan. By the way, this is the part that I haven't beaten yet, so this will be my first time doing it. If I do it.
Everybody wish Danny luck.
Lend me Rachel's power. Douse me in gasoline to make me big.
Yeah, Uzi. Gasolina was about Daddy Yankee's prize worm. Gotta see the Dummy Man trilogy sometime.
It's time to be dummy, again. So what we've done here is we've set up a platforming sequence where if you step in the dirt, you gotta fight the boss, and if you do that, it tosses you back to the beginning of this part. So let's not step in that dirt. All that we need to do is make several pixel-perfect jumps using the worst jumping controls I've ever seen.
I believe in you.
This is kind of clever, conceptually. I gotta hand it to him. Execution, maybe not so great.
Oh,
oof. Alright, there's number 2. What we're trying to do is to get to the gasoline on the other side of this place so we can power the flamethrower.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
By the way, this is single analog stick Dreamcast controller, which is not the best.
Oh no. Oh, yeah, that would fucking suck.
Yep. Sonic Adventure, this is not.
Alright, you're doing good. Nice heartbeat.
Thanks. Whoa, okay. And here we are at Dummy Man 3. Oh. This is a big jump. Alright, first try. Not too bad.
That's a lot of gasoline.
Mm-hmm. I fell off the cars like 3 times last night before I decided, fuck it, it's good enough.
Shout out to Danny here.
No, use the freaking flamethrower.
You have to get the gasoline first, or?
Maybe it's a specific can. Yeah, it is. Alright, Rachel. If that is your real name, you're gonna get yours.
Man. You must kill the precious worm daughter.
Mm-hmm. Rachel's gotta go. Shit. Oh, that's not the button. Wait, how do you use the flamethrower? Fuck. Okay, it's R. I see. I got spooked for a second.
Yeah, Eleanor says whoop.
Alright.
Thank you to Illbleed veteran Whoop Fun Whoop for helping us out tonight. Do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I saw her stream the craziest chapter of this game, that being the Toy Story parody. That is where the game really goes off the rails, and it's kind of amazing. Fortunately, we won't get to that tonight, but we'll play this game again. I like that this game is so episodic, too, because it really lends itself to a stream format. Come here, you big stinking worm. What do you think? Could that be my catchphrase?
You big stinking worm. Danny 2019. I see it. I can see it. We can throw that on some merch, maybe some throw pillows, some of this old stock of Cafe Press thongs I have. Yeah, it works.
Love the Cafe Press thongs. And the shirts for dogs. Oh, yeah. This fight's going pretty good. Yeah, this fight was the big question mark for this stream. I didn't know if this fight would be impossible or not. Luckily, it's pretty manageable.
Yeah.
Unless she has a second form or something.
She seems hard to hit with the flamethrower.
A little bit. Yeah, this is all fixed camera, where the game just kind of decides what to show you. That, I don't know how much damage she does, so I'm being kind of careful. But we're doing the right thing here. We're sending Rachel to meet her dad.
Okay.
So they can be happy in hell. It's kind of messed up in his diary. He'd already decided he was going to hell.
Well, I mean...
I'll just I'll wait for you at the first block of hell, Rachel.
He did raise an evil worm daughter, so...
Well, she wasn't evil. She made the best worms people had ever eaten. And then the damn corporations came in and ruined everything. Just a normal story of a happy family. Until corporate interference ruined everything.
Just a man and his worms, ruined by capitalism.
You know, the Toronto Corporation, they also shut down Deadspin.
I don't want to compare the Deadspin riders to worms. Oh my god! Oh my god, it really got you.
That wasn't so bad. Kevin can take a hit. Solidarity with Deadspin.
Yeah, seriously.
Fuck vulture capitalists.
Fuck it.
I mean, look what they did here. This is a cautionary tale.
Mm-hmm. Very excited to be killed by worms when, God, Vice goes down or whatever.
Yeah. President of Vice was keeping all the worms in check. Without him.
Exactly, Smelby. You gotta unionize your worms. You gotta work together. Worm together.
Got her. Sorry, Rachel. You didn't do anything wrong. All you did was love gasoline too much.
Rachel! You appear to be okay. Oh, that's a relief. At last, we can be together forever. Let's go back to hell. Hey, you, young one. Thank you. I'll never forget your kindness.
Oh my god.
Roger Ebert, eat shit. Games are art.
Games were art 20 years ago.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck. Well...
Okay, you have to go to the goal before the car if you want to save Michelle. Thank you. I need a minute to process what I've just seen.
That was amazing. That was the best cutscene I've ever seen in my life.
Nothing is as good as that.
Holy shit.
I can't... Oh, okay, I need to take some...
First, the fact that the worm had a ghost, and then they met. That was like triple layered over the top.
Oh, ghost and worm in heaven.
Let's go save Rachel. She's in here. Jesus Christ. That was a surprise to me, too, because like I said, I didn't beat this level last night.
Oh no, monkeys. Or mon killers, I think they're
Well, I still got a freaking flamethrower, so fuck you, monkeys.
This seems a little... Well, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
You never used a flamethrower to take out a bunch of monkeys? Tell me a better way.
Thank you. If you hadn't have shown up, God knows what that slimy monkey would have done to me.
So that was you I heard calling for help.
You caught my telepathic message. Great. Let's go.
That is great.
We're almost at the goal.
Yeah, we're having a pretty good day here at the horror park. Alright, now you say I need gasoline on a car.
I think? I just know you had to get to her before the car got here, so...
There's a car?
That's just what Whoop said.
Alright.
I'm just a messenger.
Oh, maybe I can use it on the, at the gas station. Like this car. No. I need some assistance. Where do I use the gas?
Folks, if you're a big-time Illbleed head, please let us know what we should be doing next.
I think I was searching the wrong part.
Okay, try again.
Had the right idea.
There
Gas. The cause of and the solution to all our problems.
There we go, alright.
Now let's haul ass to Lollapalooza.
That's how I would drive.
Yeah!
Oh, he sucks.
Ram right through the goal.
Worms?
All the worms you can eat. Oh, I did good on that one.
That's a lot of money. Combined with your other money? Wow.
I'm rich. Well, I will be if I survive the mansion. I mean, and by mansion I mean theme park. And I think that is a great place to leave off for Illbleed. What did we learn tonight? We learned that the bond between parents and children is strong. Whether you have a baseball son or a giant worm daughter, the bond exists. It's real. And it lasts all the way through the human world, right into hell. Just ask the Worm King and his worm daughter. I'm glad they're happy now.
You know, me too. They deserve happiness.
Yeah. That's Illbleed. What a fucking amazing game this is. Again, there's nothing like this. You can only play it on the Sega Dreamcast. Play this game any way you can, either via emulator or burn disc or whatever. Just make sure you have patience, and it'll pay off with all the bizarre shit in this game. Seriously, very highly recommended. For Halloween or elsewise.
Any time of the year is a good time for Worm Daughter.
Yeah. And on that note, I think we can end things.
Oh, can't we? Goodbye, Worm Daughter.
What a weird fucking game. Yeah.
Thank you to Hassie for being our sponsors for this stream. We finally got a sponsor, and it's the energy drink for worms.
Yep, for worms and dominatrixes alike. Hassie. To a cat is interfering with this stream.
Cat is trying to get out.
Let her out, why don't you?
Okay.
Yeah, that's Illbleed. It was a real weird fucking game from the makers of Blue Stinger. Blue Stinger, that's a game we gotta play through eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know when we'll play Illbleed next, but it might be pretty soon. Maybe in the next couple months. I would like to return to this, see the grisly end of Michael Reynolds' Virtual Horrorland. But what I played so far, I greatly enjoyed, especially the ending to the worm sequence. That caught me off guard. I'd forgotten all about that. They were so happy to be going to hell together.
They are. They're so... Oh, man. That's real fam. That's a real family.
That's family.
Right there.
Really, this was a stream all about familial bond, the strongest of all bonds. Thank you, Illbleed, and thank you for watching. That was a lot of fun. Special thanks to our patrons for voting in Illbleed this week. You know what? You chose the right one. I enjoyed this greatly. This game's a pain in the ass, but it's also a great time. I'll play it anytime.
It's great.
Illbleed, so good. So, we'll be back on Friday with a very special edition of Mascot Friday. Tune in at 8 p.m. Central, and we've got a brand new game we're going to play, courtesy of our friends at Sega. We conned them into giving us a review code for Super Monkey Ball HD Banana Blitz. So we're going to be ranking that on a Mascot Friday list. A brand new game. It's going to be ranked in the Pantheon. We're going to decide whether Banana Blitz HD is better or worse than Gex 64. And we get a nice first look at it in its first week of release. We're actually relevant for once.
When have we ever been relevant?
Never.
Well, we are now.
Yeah, you better get used to it. I don't like relevance. Let's go back.
Okay, we're just going to be Illbleed streamers for now.
All right, I'm going to look for a host. Alex, why don't you wrap us up?
Okay, real quick, if you would like to support us on Patreon, the URL for that is patreon.com/retropals. You can donate $5 a month and get access to our weekly polls, including things like Illbleed and stuff like that. So if you want us to play Illbleed, you can,
You did that already.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So choose something else next week.
I still don't know what next week is going to be. Anybody got any idea for Thanksgiving games? Do they exist?
Are there any games about gravy? We also are on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We, earlier this week, we posted a highlight of Dr. Hauser, so if you want something spooky to watch tomorrow, go check that out. It's creepy, it's kooky, mysterious, spooky. I don't know what the word ooky means, so I don't want to use it. It's Dr. Hauser. It's very good.
It's altogether ooky. Altogether, 100%, every part of it. That was a good playthrough. I really enjoyed that. Alright, so actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to link y'all to a YouTube video. Because today...
I didn't put it...
Today, they released a new episode of Crontendo, the first episode in 2 freaking years. Dr. Sparkle has taken a long hiatus due to issues surrounding him over the last couple of years, and he managed to finally finish this episode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link to that in chat. And that's what you should really do after watching this stream.
You should, but we forgot to. We were going to show off the incredible Illbleed trailer featuring John St. John.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
Do you want me to just switch screens and put that on right now?
Nah.
Okay. Well, folks, look that up. It's really amazing. It was referenced in chat now, and it tells you that you're going to shit yourself in fear. I've never.
This one.
Okay.
Go watch Crontendo. Go support Dr. Sparkle. Go give him a subscription. For every few months he releases a video. It's always worth it.
It's really good.
Meanwhile, on Twitch, I'm going to leave you all with Stop Skeletons from Fighting, who is streaming Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color.
Oh, wow.
That's a weird one. That feels like a good follow-up to Illbleed. So enjoy that. Go watch Crontendo. Seriously, it's good stuff.
It's great.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
See ya, folks.